Judgment Day. We've got a bunch of interesting games to talk about today, don't we, buddy?
That's a good word for it.
Today on Judgment Day, Tommy and I review Sega Sports Tennis for the PlayStation 2, Test Drive for the Xbox, High Heat Baseball 2003 for the PC, and we review the Spider Pad for the PlayStation 2.
So the first game we're going to talk about today is Sega Sports Tennis for the PlayStation 2. Now, what did you think of this one?
The animations and everything are there, but just like the resolution of the game is just like kind of poor.
Tennis 2K series on the Dreamcast looked fantastic. It was a great looking game on that system.
Right.
It was one of my favorite games on the Dreamcast every year. And now on the PlayStation 2, you expect that they have used the advanced capabilities of this system, because this is a more powerful game system than the Dreamcast.
Of course.
And it would have been, very nice to see this thing look a lot better. The reality is, PlayStation 2 owners who maybe didn't buy a Dreamcast have been looking on with a little bit of envy because their Dreamcast-owning friends have been able to play an awesome tennis game. And it is ridiculously fun. Not only do you get the wicked sort of men's and women's tennis games, and there's exhibition matches, and there's championship matches, the best part of this whole experience is the World Tour.
Right.
The World Tour lets you create your own player.
It's like tennis RPG.
Oh, it's really incredible. And then you jump into the World Tour, and you get to compete in all the, the main event type matches and stuff like that all over the world. But the best part about the World Tour is that you play all of these awesome mini games. So you'll be playing like Space Invaders tennis and bowling tennis.
Not only are they fun, but you're actually
learning the game,
honing your video game tennis skills.
The Williams sisters are in the game. Now, this is the only officially sort of sanctioned Williams sisters video game that's out there, and they're super hot in tennis right now.
The controls are very tight, and the one thing that I like in this game that other tennis games haven't done well in the past is that they actually have like a dive animation, so they don't make you press a special dive button or anything like that. They just assume and go into that animation for the dive.
That sets up an awesome sort of like instant replay, an automatic instant replay, because there's lots of close calls. The only problem is you can't manually go in and see an instant replay any time that you want. It's always sort of computer defined.
Right.
How about the creative player mode of this game?
What the heck was going on there? You only have like 4 choices for everything. Like 4 heads, 4 hair colors.
That's sad. Only redeeming feature is that you can actually build Tommy's dad.
4'11",
short little guy,
300 pounds,
what's he gonna
bald
say?
head. I think this game could have been a 10 if it would have delivered on the visuals and the presentation aspect. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Good fun.
I'm going to give this game a 9. I think the game is great. Yeah, I really do. On the positive side, the control is perfect in Sega Sports Tennis. This is the only game you're going to find the Williams sisters in. And the mini-games in the World Tour are ingenious.
On the negative side, overall, we know the graphics on the PlayStation 2 can get a lot better, and this game just doesn't deliver. The creative player in this game is absolutely laughable, although you can create my dad. And the interfaces, menu screens, presentation overall is a little lackluster.
What 2 actors would you like to see more than any other 2 actors have a game of tennis?
Tennis?
Yes, well, because we're on a court here.
Mila Jovovich and Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Good choices.
Yeah.
I'd actually like to see Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones go for a little...
Why?
Let's talk about Men in Black 2 for the PlayStation 2. What'd you think of this one?
This game is getting the lowest score I have ever given a game in over 600 games, 7 years. This is the game. So what do you think of that intro?
Should we just go to commercial now?
No.
Is that it? Is that the end of the review?
The fun is about to begin. First of all, let's start out with the actual characters themselves.
Right.
Like you said, Tommy Lee Jones
and Will Smith.
If you're going to do a game based on Men in Black 2,
yes,
at least get the guys to look like who you're trying to do the story about.
It could have been just a cost issue. They could have said, you know, to get those two guys, it's going to cost us a whole bunch of money.
If you can't afford to license a character's face, fine, I understand that.
Right.
But you can at least give them the same body structure and facial hair.
The thing that really bugged me is the voices of these characters are completely dissimilar.
I'll deal with this. Guess I'll just stay here and look after the megaphone.
Now, the other thing, though, is that if you're going to do a movie license based on Men in Black 2,
yep,
wouldn't you at least have the common decency to people out there to maybe even remotely have something to do with the movie Men in Black 2?
Well, this is a common theme in the video game business. So developers sort of get handed a license and they have to go off on their own tangent and create their own story. And
they don't have to, though. They could have followed the movie to some extent.
A lot of times the licensing agreements don't allow for that, and it's kind of a shame because...
Why you're sticking up for this game?
I'm not sticking up for the game. I wanted to play the movie.
Right.
I was disappointed not to see the story and the characters from the movie in this game.
You're the best team I've got, so I'm relying on you to deal with it.
So, Cat, you ready to kick some aliens' butt?
Born ready, Snake.
There's some nice special effects with aliens sort of popping up in this little translucent effect, and then if you blast them, they go up in little particles, and that's kind of cool. One thing I did like is there's an alien registry where you can sort of look at all of the aliens, and they give you a little sort of blurb about them.
Sometimes people can't play first-person shooters or something because
Yeah.
it makes them nauseous and makes them sick,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I've been playing video games my whole life. I've never had this problem until I played this game. I absolutely wanted to vomit, and not just because it's a horrible game, but there is the turnaround
button, yes.
It's completely useless. You push the button, and then you just turn around 180.
The worst part is, if you die anywhere within this level, there's only 5 levels, by the way.
Oh yeah, did we mention that?
But they're very long, but it's been artificially lengthened by countless waves of aliens. If you happen to die, guess what? You gotta start all over again. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
What, a 3?
Only because
A 3?
I liked the alien exploding
So what? That doesn't deserve a 3.
and I liked all the weapon effects.
This game is getting the lowest score I've ever given a game ever in the history of the show, a 0.5. 0.5.
On the positive side, we both like the way the aliens blew up into tiny particles. We like the cool, flashy weapon effects, and I kind of dug the alien encyclopedia section.
Okay, on the negative side, get ready. The audio is terrible. The graphics are horrible. They don't look like the characters at all. You have this stupid turnaround button, which is useless. You get sick. You want to throw up watching the game. The storyline doesn't follow the movie at all. The enemies are... There's no jumping.
All right, okay, man. That's good. People get it. It's not very fun. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back with more reviews.
Because if you thought that one was bad, guess what?